Brown eyes. Brown eyes are the most common eye color in the world, and for most of human history, they were almost the only eye color that existed. Early humans developed dark irises because of the large amount of melanin inside the eye. That pigment helped protect vision from intense sunlight in hot regions near the equator. Over time, the trait remained dominant, and even today, most people on Earth have brown eyes. Depending on the exact amount of melanin, the color can appear nearly black, warm chestnut, reddish brown, or even honey-like. Lighting also changes the appearance dramatically, making the same eyes look darker or lighter throughout the day. Blue eyes. Blue eyes appeared much later in human history. Scientists believe they originated from a genetic mutation that happened thousands of years ago somewhere in Europe. Unlike what many people assume, blue eyes do not actually contain blue pigment. Instead, they have very little melanin, and the way light scatters through the iris creates the blue appearance. This is similar to the reason the sky looks blue. Blue eyes became especially common in Northern Europe before spreading around the world through migration. Their brightness and clarity often make them stand out strongly in photographs and films. Green eyes. Green eyes are among the rarest eye colors in the world. They form through a combination of low melanin, yellowish pigments, and the way light reflects inside the iris. This creates shades that range from soft olive tones to bright emerald green. Green eyes are most commonly linked to European ancestry, especially in Central and Northern Europe, although they appear in many other populations as well. Throughout history, green eyes were often considered mysterious or unusual because so few people had them. Their rarity still makes them stand out immediately in everyday life. Dark brown eyes. Dark brown eyes contain so much melanin that they can sometimes appear black from a distance. This type of iris absorbs more light and reflects less color, giving the eyes a deep and intense appearance. Dark brown eyes are especially common across Africa, Asia, and parts of South America. In many ancient cultures, dark eyes were associated with strength, wisdom, and seriousness. The high level of pigment may also provide slightly more natural protection from bright sunlight. Even though millions of people share this eye color, every iris still contains completely unique patterns that never repeat exactly the same way. Red eyes. Red eyes are usually connected to albinism, a genetic condition that greatly reduces melanin production in the body. Without enough pigment in the iris, blood vessels inside the eye become visible, creating a reddish appearance. People with this condition often experience strong sensitivity to sunlight because melanin normally helps protect the eyes. Although red eyes are often portrayed as supernatural in movies and video games, their real origin is entirely genetic. Naturally, red eyes remain extremely rare among humans. Light blue eyes. Light blue eyes contain extremely low amounts of melanin, which gives them a pale and icy appearance. In certain lighting, they can look silver, crystal-like, or almost transparent. This eye color is most commonly associated with Northern European ancestry, especially in countries with lower sunlight levels. Because there is less pigment protecting the eye, people with very light blue eyes may also experience greater sensitivity to bright light. Their appearance can shift dramatically depending on clothing, weather, or surrounding colors, making them one of the most visually reactive eye colors. Hazel eyes. Hazel eyes are probably the most changeable eye color of all. They combine multiple shades such as brown, green, gold, and yellow within the same iris. Because the pigment is unevenly distributed, the eyes reflect light differently across different sections. This creates an appearance that constantly shifts depending on lighting and surroundings. Outdoors, hazel eyes may look strongly green, while indoors they often appear honey brown or golden. Their mixed tones make them difficult to classify, which is why many people are unsure exactly what color their eyes truly are. By the way, subscribe if you're enjoying this. Dark blue eyes. Dark blue eyes appear deeper and more saturated than lighter shades. Although they still contain relatively low melanin compared to brown eyes, the structure of the iris scatters light differently and creates a richer tone. Sometimes dark blue eyes can even appear gray or navy under indoor lighting. In direct sunlight, however, the color often becomes much brighter and more vivid. Their strong contrast and depth made dark blue eyes especially popular in cinema and portrait photography throughout the 20th century. Emerald green eyes. Emerald green eyes have a vivid and striking appearance that often looks brighter in natural light. The balance of pigment and reflection creates a rich color that can almost seem luminous. In photographs, emerald green eyes tend to attract attention quickly because cameras capture their contrast very well. Some people with this eye color notice that their eyes shift between green, gray, and gold depending on the time of day. That constant variation gives them a very dynamic appearance. Heterochromia. Heterochromia is not a single eye color, but a condition where a person has two different colored eyes or multiple colors within one iris. Some people are born with it naturally, while others develop it because of injury or medical conditions. Complete heterochromia means each eye is a different color, while central heterochromia creates rings of color around the pupil. Although rare in humans, it appears much more commonly in animals such as dogs and cats. Heterochromia demonstrates how small genetic differences can dramatically affect human appearance. Violet eyes. Violet eyes are one of the rarest eye colors ever discussed. In most cases, they are not truly violet pigment, but rather a combination of low melanin, light reflection, and subtle blue or red tones inside the iris. Under specific lighting conditions, the eye can appear purple or lavender. Over time, violet eyes became heavily romanticized in fiction, mythology, and entertainment because of how unusual they look. Genuine natural cases are extremely uncommon and often connected to unique genetic conditions. Light brown eyes. Light brown eyes contain less melanin than darker shades, which allows more light to scatter inside the iris. This creates warmer tones that can look golden, coppery, or almost amber in sunlight. Light brown eyes are common in Mediterranean regions, the Middle East, and many mixed heritage populations around the world. One of their most interesting features is how much they can change depending on the environment. In bright daylight, they may appear warm and glowing, while indoors they often look softer and deeper. Many people with light brown eyes notice that their eye color photographs differently in nearly every picture. Olive green eyes. Olive green eyes contain warmer tones mixed into the green base color. As a result, they may appear brown from far away and greener in direct sunlight. This eye color is especially common in Mediterranean regions and populations with diverse ancestry. Olive green irises often include small rings or streaks of gold around the pupil, giving the eyes a layered and textured appearance. They are frequently mistaken for hazel eyes, although green usually remains the dominant shade. Gray eyes. Gray eyes are even rarer than green eyes. They contain very little melanin, but the inner structure of the iris scatters light differently from blue eyes. This creates a soft silver, smoky, or metallic appearance. Depending on the environment, gray eyes may temporarily look blue, green, or almost colorless. They are most commonly associated with Northern and Eastern European ancestry. Because of their subtle tone changes, gray eyes have often been difficult to classify throughout history. Amber eyes. Amber eyes have a rich golden or copper-like appearance that stands apart from hazel eyes. Unlike hazel eyes, amber eyes usually display one solid tone across the entire iris. The color comes from a pigment called lipochrome, which is also found in the eyes of many animals. Because of this, amber eyes are often compared to the eyes of wolves, owls, or cats. They are extremely rare in humans and can appear almost yellow or orange under certain lighting conditions. Their unusual warmth makes them one of the most recognizable eye colors. Changing eye color. Eye color can naturally change during different stages of life, especially during childhood. Many babies are born with blue or gray eyes because their bodies have not yet produced their full amount of melanin. As they grow older, the pigment gradually increases, and the eyes may become green, hazel, or brown. Even in adulthood, Lighting, age, and health can slightly alter how eye color appears. While the iris itself usually remains genetically the same, the interaction between light and pigment can make eyes look surprisingly different from one moment to the next.